All right, hello guys, it's Jack here from Peach Guitars. We're at NAMM 2020. We've come up to the Fender World and we're in the Custom Shop section. And we've managed to grab a few minutes of Vincent Van Trigt's time. He's one of the latest Custom Shop Masterbuilders. So very excited to ask him a few questions. I hope I pronounced your surname correctly.
It sounds good.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
Thank you.
That's a relief. All right, so what we wanted to say to you was we came out to the opening night, the other night, checked out all the new guitars that were on display, and all the ones that really caught every one of the team's eyes generally had your name on it. So
wow, that's great to hear.
We wanted to find out a little bit about, firstly, your background, because obviously you're pretty new to the custom shop, and we want to find out the story about how you came here, how you managed to rise up to the Masterbuilder ranks, and also generally, what is it that drives you within the custom shop? What is it the sort of stuff that you enjoy building the most?
Okay.
So we'll start with the beginning then. I loaded a lot of questions to you there. But
no, but that's good. So originally I'm from the Netherlands.
Right.
While I was in the Netherlands, I met a girl from Corona, California.
Okay.
And that's how I ended up in Corona.
Yeah.
And I had no plan what I was going to do there. But I heard Fender was right around the corner.
Okay.
And I had always played bass and a little guitar all my life. So I was like, well, maybe I can get a job there, you know, there's a connection there. So I did get a job. I started loading trucks, all the guitars in the trucks, and then they went. And then slowly I started learning how to set up guitars and got a job there. Every time there was an opening to something that sounded like a more fun job, I would apply to it. And I got lucky enough that I got there, and after about 10 years, I went to the custom shop. And once you're in the custom shop, it goes fast because there's a lot of talented people there. All the Masterbuilders are there, and they always need help. So then you learn from them, and
that's an amazing, really natural story, though.
Yeah, it's really. So I didn't come to Fender as a builder, but I really learned it all there.
Yeah, but I take it you were a guitar player beforehand, and
yeah,
you
mostly
obviously had the love for guitar.
Yeah,
okay.
Definitely love there, and definitely for Fender too. Yeah.
Well, do you know, now you say that, I think the bass connection is obvious because there were so many amazing basses on display, again, with your name on it. And that was definitely a standout.
Again, thank you. Well, yeah, so my last job before I became a Masterbuilder was a Masterbuilder apprentice with John Cruz.
Right.
And he does build basses, but he builds a lot of Strats and Tellys, I learned so much and it was so much fun. But I was excited to be building a little bit more on the bass side.
Yeah, exactly. So would you say now you're a master builder in the custom shop? Has that influenced the way you build and the kind of processes that you go through, or have you managed to kind of stick to your original guns that you developed when you first went to the custom shop? How has it changed now that you've moved up to being a master builder?
Well, obviously I learned a lot more from all the years apprenticing with John and with helping the other master builders and stuff.
Yeah.
So that approach, yeah, that changed in that way. That I just learned a lot more stuff. So
yeah,
I'm still new to it. I started in October last year, so this is really
very new. Yeah.
Yeah, very new, but very exciting. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as I said, it was clear to see from just the amount of output as well. There were so many guitars that you built. So what's kind of, if you were starting from scratch, would there be anything that you'd look to do differently now that obviously you've had all this experience, but how would you kind of reinterpret things? If you had to decide now, you've got your own kind of vision and your own identity within the custom shop. If you had to start over from scratch, what's the kind of things that you would say really identify what it is that you do?
Okay, I would mostly trying to recreate the old Fenders, the way they look now, the relicking stuff, and do that a little bit more on bass because I think there's a little bit more room for that. And there's a lot of cool looking original basses out there, and I would love to reinterpret those. So yeah, that would be my favorite thing to do, but also experiment more with the building side of it, different pickups, different models. Yeah.
I think that was mostly what caught our eyes because you've really got a handle on that real classic kind of recreating the finer details, and some of our other favourite master builders too, guys like Dale and Paul Waller and those guys also have that same level of attention to detail that you clearly do when it comes to the relic finishes and the details that go into kind of the makeup of the guitars with the electronics and stuff like that. Just looking through the spec sheets, it's all bang on what we like to see. I mean, what's your kind of go-to? Do you have a go-to formula for those different layouts of guitars? What's your kind of go-to Telly formula and Strat formula? And obviously basses too.
Yeah, I like to go period correct, because that seems to work. Even though the playability, like 7 1/4 radius can always be better. For a lot of people, like it better to have a 9 1/2 or a 10 or a 12 or something. So,
perhaps.
But I mean, the look should be like a vintage one. And then if you can upgrade the playability somehow, or the way the pickups sound, yeah, I'll do that.
But at least you're keeping it in line with the aesthetics, or exactly what you would want to see.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I think that is what people look for. That's the magic balance, like you say. You want something that under the hood maybe has a few refinements and enhancements.
And I think I'm lucky that the guys that you named, the other Masterbuilders, they set the bar really high. So that's the stuff you see around the custom shop all day. So that's what you aim for when you.
Of course, you've got a lot of heat down the back of your neck, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So looking forward, then obviously I'm sure we put our cards in a lot of the guitars with your name on it, like I said. But what's your kind of plan for the next 12 months or so? Would you say? How would you like to see yourself develop in the kind of master builder role?
That's a great question. I didn't have much time to think about that because of all the builds I had to do for NAMM.
You've been thrown in.
But no, I just like to get mostly better at making the guitars look as real as possible.
Yeah. Well, I think you're doing a very good job of that so far. So
and obviously playability and sound has to be right.
Yeah.
And then from there, you can make it special, but make it look like really cool, but that somebody looks at it and really wants to grab it and play it.
Well, guys, I know that we uploaded a ton of pictures today to our Peach Guitars Facebook page, which detail a lot of the guitars we saw the other night. A lot of them were Vincent's guitars. So if you want to find out a little bit more about the kind of stuff that he does with his builds, check out that photo album. There's going to be loads more content coming up soon as well. I'm sure that we have already purchased a few of the guitars too, fingers crossed. So you're going to be seeing those very shortly, and we just hope that this relationship continues, because you're building the guitars that we like to see.
That's great to hear, and thank you so much for your support. And
no problem. Thanks for your time. Great to meet you.
Great to meet you.
Enjoy the rest of the show, and hope that the next year is a lot easier. You got the weight lifted off your shoulders now. You can do what you want to do.
I'm looking forward to see you again.
Yeah, likewise. Thanks, Vincent.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys, for watching. If you want more info on the Fender Custom Shop line of products, of course, check out peachguitars.com. Until next time, take care, and we'll see you soon.